So maybe if you no.
Hey,
I should probably review that actually.
Y'all are
I was thinking I was gonna review when they fell asleep.
live on YouTube. I'm just testing. Nobody's watching, but all right. That's where we had him yesterday, the second row.
Yeah, we're gonna put you in the second row. So otherwise, if you're spectating, yes, in the fourth row. Because otherwise, I'm running on top of you basically, or I'm running on top of you. And that's not good for anyone. Which direction will they sit? Okay. So you hold up your name. Just make sure it's it's not on yet, so we'll do a second. We'll come back. Don't worry. No, it's fine. It's fine. So this is Massachusetts purple.
What's the difference between
And so you hold up your name tag.
Names for what?
World Series?
World Series is for old people.
The senior circuit?
You're good, Audrey.
It's like a teacher.
Way on, is that right? Say it again? Leanne, okay.
It's actually pretty fun.
Way.
I'm sure, yeah.
Okay.
It's just like you never get to.
Olivia Chan.
Everyone says like Ryan's last name, but also like shoe.
Sophia Kowalczyk.
Sure.
Well, no, tell me what it is.
How do you say it?
Okay, Kowalczyk.
Wait, have I been saying it wrong this entire time?
You, I see it one more time, sorry.
You didn't tell me.
I had a roommate in college who was named Gershimuk, so another poll.
K-O-L-L-T-T.
If not,
We're missing someone.
yeah, we're missing
You
someone.
know who it is, people?
Yes, we have. So,
Oh, I think it's New York. They show up.
yeah, it's supposed to be New York versus Ohio versus Ohio. Got Mass. But where's New York?
You said missing New York.
They got lost on their way to
No. Yeah, I think we'll do it.
So like, I have like a lot of like the top of this, I
I'm
have
back in the bathroom. New York shows up, or any third player shows up.
Yeah. And then like,
I mean, I understand.
I don't have a sharpener, I've got a pencil.
I think we will need another one I'll make sure you come back.
Alright, New York in the house? Are you New York? Fantastic, it's just you two? Alright, let me let the right now.
I tried to do that, I watched
K-A-N space C-H-A-N, okay. It's like we're like,
We're still waiting for one player. Can you note that for the?
yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Or you got Okay, we're going to get started with the pregame. We're still missing a single player from Ohio. They're going to have 3, and 2 from New York, and then 4 from Massachusetts. I'm going to start by introducing the adults up here and on the team for our records. So my name is Michael Kearney. I'll be the moderator today. I'm originally from Wisconsin.
Hi, my name is Liz Davidson. I am originally from Texas, but I am now the Certamen chair of Georgia. Glad y'all are here.
I'm Nick Watson, and I'm from Texas.
I'm Laura Strider, and I'm from Texas also, and I would like to know who your caps are.
That's A1. Captain? That'll be B2. Can you make sure that you have the 2?
Oh, yeah, I do. So Stella,
And then Captain C2.
2.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm to remind you first of all that sound travels in this room and it'll travel down to me and to the players, so please do your utmost to remain quiet. I tend to read pretty loud, so I think the players should be able to hear me and everyone in the back as well, but I would just appreciate your cooperation in that respect. Okay, before round 2 and anything else, I have some statements to read. The moderating staff would like to remind competitive Certamen participants about the rule regarding responses to questions that require the production of a vocabulary term. Unless otherwise specified, and I'm quoting, a vocabulary item in Latin ought to be referred to by the first form to be found in a Latin dictionary. This form is generally nominative singular for nouns and masculine nominative singular for adjectives, though there are exceptions. For verbs, either the first principal part or the second principal part may be given unless otherwise specified. So this applies to all questions, such as Roman life and derivatives questions that require a vocabulary term and answer. Again, only students and coaches who are involved in a particular round may launch challenges. Those challenges should be brought to the attention of the moderator in a very respectful way, either immediately or at a score check. Can I have the coaches identify themselves, please? We have one coach from Massachusetts. I think that's all. Okay. The first JCL branded Certamen machine will be given away in 3 days, just before the end of convention. The link to make a donation to JCL and get chance for the giveaway can be found through this QR code. You can come down and see me at the end of the round. This link will also allow you to make a donation to NJCL that will help us make NJCL convention more accessible to future students. Thank you for your support. Okay, I'm going to start now by giving you the content warning. If they come, they can still come, don't worry. The study of the humanities often challenges us as we examine the full range of the human experience. This Certamen round contains mention of violence. As always, take care of yourselves and reach out to your chaperones and sponsors if you need to talk about the content. Any questions? Yeah.
Are you the Certamen guy?
I am, yes. We're going to now perform a buzzer check, starting with A1. Please. A2. Good. B1.
It's just 2 and 3.
Can you choose 1 and 2 for us, or do you have them as 2 and 3?
I have a 1 and 2.
Can you choose 1 and 2? Sorry.
Well, here's 2. That's 4.
C1.
No, I can do 2. 1 and 2.
Yep.
Okay, here's B1.
C2. We're coming back. C3. C4. And now B1. That is B1. B2. That is B2. And everyone from C, please. That's C4. Okay. Remind all players to wait until recognized in order to answer a toss-up. Audience, please turn off your cell phones or items that are capable of making noise, and be quiet for the duration of the match, with the exception of the score checks after 5, 10, 15, 19, and 20, when you're free to clap or leave the room. We need to pass out passages of the Aurelia passage. Copies of the Aurelia passage.
You got it? You got mine?
Yeah, I know mine. And while we're doing that, I'll give you some other stuff. Please do not do anything that may be construed as consultation, including gestures and any verbal or nonverbal communication with the audience members. Coaches, do not do anything that may be construed as consultation with the players, no gestures such as nose tapping, pointing, etc. Coaches, players, and audience members, there should be no exclamations about consultation or other rules or procedures during a question in progress. Moderators have discretion to make rulings during the rounds. If there's an issue, please direct it to the Certamen chair, Ms. Jenny Luongo. We found out the count. And any questions? Okay, seeing none, we'll do the Aurelia passage. I'll read it a little bit faster than I would normally read Latin, because you're familiar. Aurelia, cui orbs placeva, erat in Aegypto cum familia sua callida in genti et equo. Tredecem ludos magnos Ioas in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectalant. Tandem hic equus iratissimus domum recurre coipit. Ehu. Aurelia Anglicae dixit. You can read about the year 312 AD in history books, but can you tell us what the abbreviation OP period, CIT period means? Okay, we're going to pick those up from you. Any questions while we're at it? Any news from your? Okay, we're going to proceed with that first, most likely.
Makes you feel any better. We're
Can you ask Jenny if we're allowed to continue the round, or if they're allowed to join the round? Like,
Yeah, I think we're still okay.
we haven't gotten the go ahead yet, so no, maybe we have a few seconds. We'll see.
You want to test the buzzer?
Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right, we have clearance to begin, but I'm checking on the question of whether we have a late joiner.
Okay, so can we hit his buzzer in the meantime, just in case? That's the break. Okay, and we'll take a brief break. You can talk among yourselves.
Just spontaneously scream.
Before I became into etc.,
but then
We're determining whether he gets. We live in a.
He has no idea that we're talking about him. Somewhere. All. He has no idea.
It's fine. I'll get cast. Okay, so if they're not here, and when I start in about 30 seconds, they cannot play in the round.
Yep.
Primarily because we're streaming things, other rounds have started.
Yeah, that can
So
be
there's
us
a little bit
watching.
of consent. So we'll give it a few seconds, and if not, yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
it's just kind of.
I'm just getting myself ready to.
Do you want to get really fast designs? I'll spend my things.
Okay, we may now begin the Novice Division Round 2. This is 2023 NJCL Certamen Novice Division Round 2. Over on the left we have Ohio, in the middle we have New York, and on the right we have Massachusetts purple. Okay, this is toss-up 1. Translate the following sentence from English to Latin. They will conquer the province.
C2.
Answer, please.
Winkent Provinciam.
Winkent Provinciam is correct. Here's your first bonus, Massachusetts. Translate the following sentence from English to Latin using necesse. You need to flee, which, translated literally, would be, it is necessary for you to flee.
Okay, necessit for you, so that'd be a dative, so intensity for you to flee. Fugere. Yeah. Necessit tibi fugere, final answer.
Can you repeat that, please?
Necessit tibi fugere.
No, sorry, we're looking for necesse est tibi fugere. And your second bonus? Translate the following sentence from English to Latin using licet. The dogs are not allowed to run, which, translated literally, would be, it is not allowed for the dogs to run.
So non-licet, not allowed for the dogs, so that'd be carnibus, and then curere. Non-licet carnibus, curere.
That's correct. Non licet canibus curere, and that's 15 points for Massachusetts on toss-up 1. We'll move on to toss-up 2. Listen carefully to the following passage, which I will read twice, then answer in English the questions that follow. Canis, ferens cibum in ore, videt imaginem suam in aqua clarissima. Canis putabat, se, alterum canem videre, constituit rapere cibum alterius canis, et os late aperuit. Cibus quem portabat in aquam cecidit. I'll repeat. Canis ferens cibum in ore, videt imaginem suam in aqua clarissima. Canis putabat, se alterum canem videre, constituit rapere cibum alterius canis, et os late aperuit. Cibus quem portabat in aquam cecidit. The question, what did the dog think that...
C1.
Another dog?
Another dog is correct. What did the dog think that he was seeing in the water? Here's your first bonus, Massachusetts. What happened to the food that the dog had been carrying in its mouth? Quibus quem portabat in aquam cecedit.
It fell into the water.
That's correct. And your second bonus? The story could be summed up by the Latin statement, haec fabula nos omnes de periculis avaritiae monet. According to this, what does the story warn us about?
Can you please repeat the Latin?
Haec fabula nos omnes de periculis avaritiae monet.
This story about dangers of story warns.
Answer, please.
Okay, feed it to me. This story warns us all about the dangers of greed.
That's correct. I just needed greed. So that's the full 20 points for Massachusetts on toss-up 2, and we'll move on to toss-up 3. What man, who had previously served as a quaestor in Sicily, thwarted the Catilinarian...
A1.
Cicero.
Cicero is correct. Conspiracy through his famous orations as consul in 63 BC. Here's your first bonus, Ohio. What two-word Latin phrase was used to indicate that Cicero was the first of his family to serve as consul?
Do you want the phrase in Latin?
Do you want me to repeat?
Yes, please.
What two-word Latin phrase?
Iur novus.
No, sorry, we're looking for novus homo. Your second bonus. In what town in Latium were both Cicero and Marius born?
Can you repeat the question?
In what town in Latium were both Cicero and Marius born?
Brundisium.
No, sorry, we're looking for Arpinum. So that's 10 points on toss-up 3 for Ohio. And we'll move on to toss-up 4. Macaria, Tlepolemus, Telephus, and Hyllus were all children of what son of Alcmene and the king of the gods? A hero who performed many labors.
B1.
Hercules?
Hercules or Heracles is correct. Here's your first bonus, New York. Who accidentally caused Heracles' death by spreading the poisoned blood of a centaur on one of Heracles' cloaks?
His second wife, Deianira.
His second wife, Deianira, is correct. And your second bonus? Deianira had spread the poisoned blood on Heracles' cloak because this centaur had tricked her into thinking his blood would reignite the hero's love for her. Who was this treacherous centaur?
This is in my Quizlet. Bolus?
No, sorry, we're looking for Nessus. That's
Stop, I was in the same movie, remember? Why did you say that?
because it wasn't in your list.
It wasn't my Quizlet, I just didn't study that one.
Happens to the best of us. So that's 15 points for New York on toss-up 4. I'm terribly sorry, but I can't
play.
allow you to play. So
What happened?
you're welcome to stay.
Yeah, just hang out and then join your team next, like, you know.
I was gonna say Nestor, I was like, wait, no. Nestor.
You're welcome to sit down. Sit down.
First 3 letters.
Well, now I'm telling you to sit down.
Say whatever I need to say. Only thing. Yes.
We're happy.
Bolus was another kind.
Okay.
Bolus was like, he got shot in the foot, but not actually. Not actually.
Ohio's coach is good.
Yes, and we'll talk after this toss-up 5. We'll have a score check. Okay? So we're going to move on to toss-up 5, after which we'll have a score check and a bit of a chat. Here's 5. Which of the following, if any, does not belong because of meaning? Homo, persona, caput.
C1.
Caput is correct, and the fourth was weir. Here's your first bonus, Massachusetts. Which of the following, if any, does not belong because of meaning? Dico, nolo, voco, clamo.
Nolo.
That's correct, and your second bonus? Which of the following, if any, does not belong because of meaning? Magnus, grandis, ingens, celer. Keller is correct. So that's the full 20 points on toss-up 5 for Massachusetts. We'll have the score check first.
Team A, Ohio, 10. Team B, New York, 15. Team C, Massachusetts, 55.
Okay, so I'm terribly sorry. I stalled for as long as I could, genuinely. The ruling is that since we're streaming around, we can't allow people to come in late. I think yeah. Unless you were with him, was the coach with you the entire time? No. Okay, so then I can't do it. I apologize. You're welcome to join for round 3, and your teammates already scored, so rooting them on. Okay. Since we have a tight schedule to keep to today, I'm going to move on to toss-up 6. Here's 6. Including varieties such as Pentelic, Parian, and Numidian yellow that range from pure white to bright colors, what building material was imported from around the empire to face the exterior and interior?
B1.
Marble?
Are you B1?
Yeah.
Okay, that's correct. Marble. The exterior and interior of lavish Roman buildings.
Yes.
Here's your first bonus, New York. Parian marble, a white variety, was quarried on the island of Paros and transported to Rome by ship. In what sea is Paros located?
Probably the Mediterranean.
More information, please.
Wait, could you repeat the question, the information about the...
Parian marble, a white variety, was quarried on the island of Paros and transported to Rome by ship.
Aegean?
Aegean is correct, and your second bonus. Red porphyry and pink granite were other decorative stones widely used in Rome and imported extensively by the Julio-Claudians. From what recently added province did these stones originate?
Egypt?
Egypt is correct, for the full 20 points for New York on toss-up 6.
I saw those. They're very
So, sorry, I have to communicate. So we have her as B2, I take it, right?
I switched.
You switched, fantastic. Okay.
Sorry for... Whoops.
I have you as B2 and her as B1, but you're good now.
Okay.
And you got the toss-up. So this is toss-up 7. What king, after he founded both the Isthmian Games and Corinth, had his wife give him an improper burial so that he might cheat death, causing him to be punished by endlessly rolling a
C3.
Tullus Hostilius?
Tullus Hostilius is not correct.
B1.
Sisyphus.
Sisyphus is correct.
The real question is if it was happy.
Rolling a boulder up a hill. Here's your first bonus, New York. What other cunning man, the grandfather of Odysseus, stole Sisyphus' cattle but was forced to return them after Sisyphus successfully reclaimed the cattle by pointing out the brands he had placed under their hooves?
He was Odysseus' grandpa. Wait, this might be referring to mythology. It probably
No,
is.
no, what's it called? Like Hermes or something.
No, the Apollo's out there.
Answer, please.
Perseus?
No, sorry, looking for Autolycus. And your second bonus. Which Olympian, known as a thief in his own right, was the father of Autolycus?
Hermes.
Hermes is correct.
Ah.
So that's 15 points for New York on toss-up 7.
Hermes' father of Perseus.
Here's toss-up 8.
Perseus' father of Perseus.
Last year, the movie Jurassic World Dominion was released. What is the Latin noun at the root?
C2.
Dominus?
Dominus or domus is correct at the root of dominion. Here's your first bonus, Massachusetts. The action film Ambulance also came out last year. What is the Latin verb and its meaning at the root of ambulance?
Ambulo, meaning to walk.
That's correct in your second bonus. The horror movie The Visitor came out in October of 2022. What is the Latin verb and its meaning at the root of visitor?
Video. I saw that on Sharon's. I think I was fine because safe and do Video meaning to see.
Wideo meaning to see is correct. So that's the full 20 points for Massachusetts on toss-up 8, and here's toss-up 9. Who murdered his uncles Toxius and Plexippus because they did not want Atalanta?
B1.
Meleager.
Meleager is correct. Atlanta to receive the trophies of the Caledonian boar hunt, which he had led. Here's your first bonus, New York. Who was Meleager's mother, who killed him by burning the log which was tied to his life to get revenge for her brother's deaths?
It starts with an A. And this is in my Quizlet.
Just think of names that start with A that you study, and it will come back to you maybe.
Igra or something?
No, we're looking for Althea. And your second bonus?
It starts with an A.
Who was Meleager's father, who offended Artemis so much by not offering sacrifices to her that she sent the boar to Calydon?
Oeneus.
Oeneus is correct.
Oh, that's a really stupid name. I thought it was pronounced differently.
So that's 15 points on toss-up 9 for New York. And we'll move on to toss-up 10. Also known as a tunica exterior.
C1.
Answer, please.
Macarena?
That's incorrect. I'll repeat for the remaining two teams. Clear. Also known as a tunica exterior and viewed as a symbol of their status in the household, what floor-length garment was worn over an inner tunic by Roman women?
A1.
What is Apollo?
Apollo is incorrect. B2.
Stola?
Stola is correct. Here's your first bonus, New York. What material was commonly used in face makeup by elite Roman women to achieve the effect of pale white skin?
Wasn't stupid. Chalk.
It is, I think, I made, what is it, chalk?
Chalk?
Chalk is correct. Your second bonus. In addition to their role as a decoration, what practical purpose did fibulae serve?
Only health things.
Yeah, let's just say that.
They held things.
More information, please.
They held food.
I don't know.
No, sorry, we're looking for holding clothing in place, or a fastener
You
for
should have
clothing
said
or
that,
something
'cause
like that.
Aw.
So that's 15 points for New York on toss-up 10. And our score after 10, please.
Team A, Ohio, 10. Team B, New York, 80. Team C, Massachusetts, 75.
You gotta climb over or get in another seat. It's gotta happen now. Okay, that'll work. Here's toss-up 11. When recognized by the moderator, perform or describe the following commands. Surge et terram tange.
B1.
That is correct. To stand up and to touch the ground. Here's your first bonus, New York. Now perform or describe this command. Salutate caelo.
Salute the sky.
Hey.
Yeah. 2 or more students greet the sky. And your second bonus. Now perform or describe these commands. Dux, surge et ambula ad alteram factionem certamenis. Tum dic eis bonam fortunam.
Bonum fortunam.
The captain stands, walks to another team, and says, "Good luck." That's correct.
There's not really anywhere to walk.
Yes. You took a step that direction. So that's the full 20 points for New York on toss-up 11. Here's toss-up 12. What ancient people were the first to capture an emperor of Rome when Valerian was defeated in 260 AD by the forces of Shapur I, whose empire encompassed modern-day Iraq and Iran? I'll repeat. What ancient people were the first to capture an emperor of Rome when Valerian was defeated in 260?
A1.
The Parthians?
That's incorrect.
B1.
Persians?
The Persians or the Sassanids or the Sasanians is correct. Here's your bonuses. And you get the
Oh, we did a paper.
Yes, that is the
Points.
Please don't.
Oh,
You
We got
may now
time.
turn over your video.
Yeah.
You have 10 seconds to examine it.
Incarnation.
Pictured here is a coin of a recently confirmed emperor of Rome in the chaotic tumult of the late 3rd century. Emperor Sponsian was a self-proclaimed emperor around Dacia in the 260s. What is the Latin term for the headpiece that adorns his head on the obverse face on the left?
Corona?
Corona is correct, and your second bonus. What is the Latin term for the denomination of currency seen here?
Shoot, I knew. It's D-E something like that.
Just say something.
Decinius or something.
No, so we're looking for the aureus. So that's,
gold.
That's just gold.
but it's the type of coin too.
Oh.
So that's 15 points. They weren't very creative. On toss of 12 for New York, and you can hold up your visuals to the crowd, please.
Points. Do we keep this?
You get to keep it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
souvenir.
can take a bite out of it.
No.
Toss up 13.
Okay.
Translate only the form of the pronoun ego in the following Latin sentence. Primia bona mihi
C4.
to me is correct, dabuntur. Here's your first bonus, Massachusetts. In the sentence, my books have gone missing. How would you use a possessive adjective to say in Latin, mine? Mei is correct, and your second bonus. In the following Latin sentence, give the form of the pronoun nos to make the following sentence mean. Surely our parents don't trust us. Num parentes blank credunt.
Novice.
Novice is correct. That's the full 20 points for Massachusetts on 13. And here's toss-up 14. What woman, after ensuring her infant brother's escape from Mycenae and from the murderous plot of their mother Clytemnestra, helped him avenge the death of their father Agamemnon? I'll repeat. What woman, after ensuring her infant brother's escape from Mycenae and from the murderous plot of their mother Clytemnestra, helped him avenge the death of their father Agamemnon? I read the question through twice. If there's no buzzes, I'm going to call time. Okay, we're looking for Electra. Electra. We'll move on to toss-up 15. For the noun flumen, provide the accusative singular.
C3.
Flumen is correct. Accusative singular form so that it fits the sentence, let's go to the river. Here's your first bonus, Massachusetts. For the noun flumen, provide the accusative plural form so that it fits the sentence, bears walk across rivers. Flumina is correct, and your second bonus. For the noun flumen, provide the genitive singular form so that it fits the sentence, the size of the river is amazing. Fluminous is correct. That's the full 20 points for Mass on toss-up 15. And with 5 to go, our score.
Team A, Ohio 10. Team B, New York 115. Team C, Massachusetts 115.
They won't start with that here, if that's what you're worried about. They won't. Here is toss-up 16. What English word, which comes from the Latin word tango tangere, meaning to touch, is used to describe something that is able to be touched?
A1. Tangible.
Tangible or tactile is correct. Here's your first bonus, Ohio. Coming from the Latin word lavo, lavare, meaning to wash, what English noun is another word for a bathroom?
A lavatory.
That is correct. And your second bonus. What English word, which comes from a Latin noun meaning spouse, is an adjective denoting marriage or the relationship of a married couple?
Matrimony.
No, sorry, we need an adjective in this now. We're looking for marital or conjugal. So that's 15 points for Ohio on toss-up 16. And here's toss-up 17. A sea creature called Ketos was sent by Poseidon to
B1.
Andromeda?
Andromeda is correct. To attack what Ethiopian princess? The daughter of King Cepheus and future wife of Perseus. Here's your first bonus, New York. What boastful mother of Andromeda would later be... Say it again.
Cassiopeia?
Cassiopeia is correct. And your second bonus. Before the sea monster was sent after her, Andromeda was betrothed to what man? Cepheus' brother and Andromeda's uncle.
Ew.
Sorry. I didn't write the comic for this book.
No.
Do you vaguely remember?
No. You read the comic?
I know that you did.
I read too.
You want to just say a random answer?
Answer, please.
I don't know. Perseus.
No.
No, we don't know.
We're looking for Phineas. So that's 15 points. Toss-up 17 for New York, and here's toss-up 18. Give the English translation for the motto of the state of New York.
C1.
Ever upward.
Ever upward is correct, which in Latin is Excelsior.
It is our banner.
Damn.
I guessed.
Bonus 1.
No.
Give the English translation for the motto of the state of North Carolina, which in Latin is Esse quam videri.
Yeah. To be rather than to see.
That's correct in your second bonus. Now, give the Latin for the motto of the state of New Mexico, the English translation of which can be given as it grows by going.
Yeah. I defer to Audrey.
Crescit eundo is correct, so that's the full 20 points for math on 18. And here's toss-up 19. In order to avoid a full-on war with neighboring Alba Longa, what man sent the three
C4.
Tullus Hostilius is correct. Horatii brothers to represent Rome while serving as its third king. Here's your first bonus, math. What triplets represented Alba Longa in this engagement?
Kuriati.
That's correct in your second bonus. Following the victory of the Horatii, what treacherous Alban dictator provoked additional fighting between Rome and Fidenae, causing Tullus Hostilius to have him torn asunder?
I defer to Sophia.
Metius Rufetius is correct. So that's the full 20 points for Massachusetts on 19. And our score with 1 to go, please.
Team A, Ohio, 25. Team B, New York, 130. Team C, Massachusetts, 155.
Here's toss-up 20. What is the form of the verb dico dicere that means they say?
C2.
Answer, please.
Decunt.
Decunt is correct. Here's your first bonus, Massachusetts. What is the form of the verb dico dicere that means I said? Dixie is correct in your second bonus. What is the form of the verb dico dicere that means you had said? Dixeros is correct. That's the full 20 points for math on toss-up 20. And our final score, please.
Team A, Ohio, 25. Team B, New York, 130. Team C, Massachusetts, purple, 175.
Very well played round. You're welcome to go. If you want to see the Certamen buzzer draw and donate, you're welcome to come down and scan my QR code. Thanks, everyone.
What use of the app? Well, the application originally only used to show separation. You did write down like captain over here.
Who's your captain?
One of you guys is
Did you? Thank you.
Yeah, he finished the 91.
I think so, yeah.
I think he did, actually.
You've never watched one?
I think
You can sort of count.
One time I sat down and tried to watch
But
all
not-
of them.
not-
I got to 5 and I was like, no.
Otherwise, the momentum is too longer. But it's something.
He's like the.
You're following us.
He's like
We were spectating.
Now, wait a minute. Who's following whom here?
We got here first.
Except I can actually understand him though. Yeah.
And you will have a whole round of hearing me, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine, you don't have to hand out messages.
You know it by now? Aurelia?
You were in love
We
with
were
the
talking
Oh,
about.
we have to.
I don't have those.
Oh, you have me. I got you.
Oh, I got it.
You got it?
I want to see his.
Do you have the
I'm also going to say this.
Do you know where your last teammate is?
Oh, there's somebody.
Louis.
So then they say help.
How you spell your last name?
Yeah. A-N-I-N.
You guys got problems.
It's actually like 85. It's been like that. It's like it's not been this way like 6 minutes, like 2 months. There's like it's not. I get into my car and that is so hot.
only get like 3 to like 80s.
Well, that's like our winter. Wow. But actually, sometimes it should be fun. Sometimes it gets really cold, like sometimes it's a bad winter and it's like 30. I know, that sucks. But like, the whole state shuts down. Literally.
Are you guys ever done snow?
Yeah, once every 4 years. Yeah. I've seen snow.
That's wild.
You guys see it?
You guys
Yeah,
watch
I
it?
can.
Oh, yeah. I won my first.
It takes a while to live.
How do you rate that?
I won my first We only get it for like maybe like 1 week or like 3 days of February. Yeah.
That's fine.
Not January.
Yeah, well, to be fair, we don't get snow until like
Yeah. Should I write that?
Yeah. You get real lucky.
Alright, we're waiting for one more.
Maine is my
We're gonna start
bucket
with
list.
pre-game.
I've never been there, so it's one place I want to go.
It's beautiful. It's
Awesome.
Alright, welcome. We're gonna get started on the pre-game run-through of things. We have a couple of new announcements for today, so we'll start with these. The moderating staff would like to remind competitive Certamen participants about the rule regarding responses to questions that require the production of a vocabulary term. Unless otherwise specified, a vocabulary item in Latin ought to be referred to by the first form to be found in the Latin dictionary. This form is generally nominative singular for nouns and masculine nominative singular for adjectives, though there are exceptions. For verbs, either the first principal part or the second principal part may be given unless otherwise specified. This applies to all questions such as Roman life and derivatives questions that require a vocabulary term for an answer. Okay. Only students and coaches who are involved in a particular round may launch challenges. Those challenges should be brought to the attention of the moderator in a very respectful way, either immediately or at a score check. All right. The Certamen staff asks that no one stream anything while watching Certamen rounds. Okay? If you leave this round and enter another room during this round, you'll be asked to sit in the back. And please only enter and exit at score checks. All right, and then the exciting bit. The first JCL branded Certamen machine will be given away in 3 days just before the end of convention. The link to make a donation to JCL and get chances for the giveaway can be found through this QR code.